The Attic's Secret, a tale of the forgotten. In the sleepy town of Eldridge, the old Witherby mansion stood as a silent, brooding sentinel. Its weathered walls and overgrown garden spoke of decades of neglect. Local lore whispered of strange occurrences within its confines, but none dared to venture inside until young journalist Sarah, seeking a story that would make her career, decided to explore the mansion, particularly its mysterious attic. As Sarah approached the mansion, the creaking of the gates under her touch sent a shiver down her spine. She steadied her nerves, reminding herself that she was there for a story, nothing more. The main hall was grand but dilapidated, with dust-laden air and cobwebs clinging to every corner. Her footsteps echoed, breaking the eerie silence as she made her way towards the attic. The attic door was surprisingly easy to open, but what she found inside was far from ordinary. It was an entire room frozen in time, filled with antiques and personal belongings, each carrying a hint of stories long forgotten. At the center of the room stood a large, ornate mirror. Its surface was dusty, but beneath the grime, it seemed to shimmer with an unnatural light. As Sarah wiped the mirror clean, she noticed something peculiar. The reflection didn't show the attic room, but a completely different place. A scene from the past, vibrant and alive. She saw a young woman, elegant and beautiful, but with a melancholic air about her. The woman seemed to notice Sarah and whispered, "Help me." Startled, Sarah stepped back. The image in the mirror changed, showing the woman being locked in the attic by a sinister-looking man. The scene shifted again, revealing the woman's gradual descent into despair and eventual death, confined and forgotten in the attic. Realizing that the attic held the spirit of this forgotten woman, Sarah felt a mix of fear and determination. She needed to uncover the truth behind this tragedy. Delving into the town's archives, she discovered that the woman in the mirror was Elizabeth Witherby, the last heiress of the mansion, rumored to have vanished without a trace decades ago. Sarah returned to the attic with a plan. She spoke to Elizabeth through the mirror, promising to tell her story and give her the peace she deserved. As she made this vow, a cold wind swept through the room and the mirror's surface rippled. Elizabeth's spirit appeared once more, mouthing a word, "Revenge." The air in the attic grew heavier, the temperature dropping rapidly. Sarah felt an invisible force pushing her towards the mirror. Panicked, she stumbled, catching a glimpse of Elizabeth's face in the mirror, twisted in anger and sorrow. Sarah realized that Elizabeth's spirit was not just seeking peace, but was consumed by a desire for vengeance against those who had wronged her. She tried to reason with the spirit, pleading with Elizabeth to let go of her anger. As she spoke, the attic room began to shake, objects levitating and swirling around in a supernatural storm. In a desperate attempt, Sarah grabbed an old diary she found among the belongings. Elizabeth's diary. She read aloud from it. Words of Elizabeth's hopes and dreams, her love for life. The chaos in the room began to subside. The ghostly figure in the mirror started to change, the expression of anger softening into one of sadness, and then, slowly, into a semblance of peace. As the spirit of Elizabeth faded away, the mirror cracked, its magical glow dimming until it was nothing but a regular, albeit antique, mirror. The attic suddenly felt just like any other room, devoid of the eerie, supernatural presence. Sarah emerged from the mansion at dawn, a changed person. She had her story, but it was no longer about an adventure in a haunted mansion. It was a tale of a forgotten soul, a story of a woman's life and unfulfilled dreams, confined within the walls of an attic. Sarah's article, The Attic's Secret, A Tale of the Forgotten, not only revived the memory of Elizabeth Witherby, but also reminded the town of Eldridge that behind every legend there are truths and lives that should never be forgotten. And as for the Witherby mansion, it stood there still, but with a little less gloom, as if a weight had been lifted from its ancient shoulders. The townsfolk no longer spoke of it in hushed, fearful tones. Instead, it became a symbol of a past that needed to be remembered and respected, a stark reminder of the importance of uncovering and honoring the stories hidden within the shadows of time.
Like, share, and subscribe.